This podcast contains adult language and mature themes, which may not be suitable for all listeners. So listen at your own fucking risk. Welcome to Essential NPCs, the podcast where we sample some of the best
and possibly some of the worst
tabletop RPGs. I'm Addie.
And I'm Tommy.
And you're listening to Series 1, Episode 6, Daeron Smiles.
Ah, Daeron.
I didn't know his muscles worked that way.
Neither did I.
Actually, I did. I'm God.
Because you're God. I get it. You're God.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Really quick thing before I even forget to do so. This week we'll have 2 episodes of Essential NPCs.
Oh, that's right. The bonus content is coming out.
Yeah, coming out Friday. Yeah, so you're going to get this, and then if you're just really itching for some more Essential NPCs with lower sound quality and all that greatness.
And Aldor and Berenshi.
Yeah, it's the only time you'll get to hear his story with our characters.
Possibly some Goliaths.
It's true. There are some Goliaths. But both last episode and this episode actually hearken to the first 2 bonus content episodes a little bit. To give a little bit of spoilers.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they just kind of reference it a little bit. So those of you who listened to the first bonus episode, the story will continue into the second bonus episode, which is coming out this Friday.
Woohoo!
So that's my little announcement to begin the podcast. So let's go ahead and move on into Words with the DM.
Hi,
DM.
Hi.
And this is Words with the DM, talking about the previous episode.
Thrinic gastronomy.
Yep. So let's talk a bit about Thrinic gastronomy. Not like actually the subject of Thrinic gastronomy.
Oh, I was really upset that...
Just the episode that was titled Thrinic gastronomy. I want that to be clear.
I mean, really, it's not a very
I don't want to go
lecture,
into like a 10-minute lecture about Crowflaw.
Which is just a bowl of meat.
It's a bowl of meat. It's a meatball. That was a fun episode. Lots of excellent role-playing moments.
And exposition.
Yeah, and exposition. Some much-needed exposition. Finally, the real meat on the plot hook to pull us along.
Only because you thwarted my initial plot hook.
Bitter much?
No. I like a challenge. It's a good thing you guys are challenging.
We're special.
So special.
It was a fun episode to play, and hopefully a fun episode to listen to. I mean, there wasn't any combat or anything, but there was some cool, like, character development.
I don't necessarily think that an episode has to have combat to make it interesting. Like, what are your favorite parts going back? Daeron's exchange with Ruth, or Bankard cudgeling people.
Yep.
As you go back, it's not necessarily the fight with the mimic that like you guys are like, this
that
is
was
the
amazing.
best.
So episode starts out with us
drinking.
Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of awesome role playing moments, the beginning of the episode. Every time I listen to this episode, one part that I can't not laugh out loud at is
take the shot.
No, it's Seth going mountain dwarf, mountain dwarf.
That was good.
Just the drunken Krethlin shouting. I just have this perfect image of him like lazily raising a hand and like a celebratory fist.
Well, and it's kind of a fun moment because you and Sean played the crowd.
Yeah.
Like you guys just naturally did that. Like that wasn't something that like had been planned. You just, and like at first I was like, you guys aren't there. And then I realized you weren't playing yourselves and you were just like being ambiance. And I was like, all right, cool.
It was good because this episode was a lot of like discovering plot and preparing for the adventure. And it was nice for us to kind of all begin the episode in that kind of lighthearted, like, all right, let's make this fun. It was great.
But kids, remember, you don't have to drink to have fun. It's just more fun when you do.
Exactly. I'd like to talk more about something that has been plaguing me since this episode, which is the, 8 missed perception tests? 8 missed perception tests.
Hey, you guys,
There's 4 perception tests in Bryn's apartment. Nothing happens.
Yep.
And then...
Well, nothing that you guys noticed.
Well, that's the problem here. And then we go out, we go shopping for a bit, and then when we get back to Raven's Rest, you have us all roll again, and there's 4 more missed. And I think I rolled like a 23.
You did.
Yeah. So the DC on this perception test is higher than a 23.
I don't know. Maybe there's nothing going on, and I'm trying to make you paranoid.
You fucker.
Hey.
The amount of like tension, like, and that was the fun thing about it was it presented the nice, challenging role-playing aspect of, as soon as you asked Crethlin to roll perception and he rolled low, and then you were like, carry on, all of us had to continue with the scene that we were doing as if we didn't just get alerted to the fact that there was something that could have been seen that was missed. We had to continue to be like, okay, well, our characters don't know this, so then Daeron and I just keep talking about stuff. We don't realize that we're missing whatever it is we're missing.
Yeah, that's true. It was a great example of how not to metagame.
Yeah.
Which is really great. I mean, you always run the risk when you ask people to roll for something and they fail, that people will be like, do I see anything?
I shine a light in every dark corner.
Is there any treasure here?
Yeah.
Can I check for treasure?
But yeah, metagaming is an interesting thing that, I don't know, does it have a place? Does metagaming have a place at a table, really? For those of you who may be like, metagaming, what the fuck? Metagaming is, well, here, you go ahead and describe it. I'm sure you can.
It's basically like taking the big picture view where you're looking around as the player rather than the character, and you're asking to do things because of player knowledge instead of character knowledge.
Right. And it's easy to do. It's really easy to do accidentally, and it's easy to do if you see it more of a game than a story.
Yeah.
If you take like the kind of gamer approach, like you're gonna be someone who's more prone to metagaming because
you have to win.
Right. You wanna win, you wanna use every edge, and like that's why, like if your character's not there, then you don't get input. If your character doesn't have a reason to say a certain thing or do a certain thing, like it's kind of taboo to try and do that thing just because you think that
I have a high charisma score. I'll try talking to them.
Right.
Yeah. But your original question was, is there ever a time when metagaming is something you should do?
Right. Does it have a place? Yeah.
And I would say yes, there are 2 places. When you have a new player and it comes to their turn and you suggest, like, hey, Ranger, this is your favorite terrain, right? Maybe you should like look around or ask about stuff that you know or something like that.
Yeah.
Helping them learn the game, expanding the possibilities of another character rather than winning because we want to know everything or we want to find all the treasure or whatever. And then the other one is an interesting scenario that I actually just came across today in my home group where you are a wizard in the School of Divination.
Oh.
There's a spell called Portent. Okay. And you get to metagame. That's the whole point of that whole school of spells.
Interesting.
Is, knowing the future. And the only way to know the future is to metagame.
Well played, wizards. Well played. Yeah, so if you want to metagame at a table, just go ahead
play
and
a level 13 or higher wizard.
The School of Divination. There you go. Problem solved. I think there's one more thing about episode 5 I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
And that is your Goliaths. We actually got a shout out on Twitter about your Goliath weaponsmiths.
Yeah. They are some of my favorites too. It was at Babblemancer.
Yeah, shout out to at Babblemancer.
Yeah, he squeed
at your Goliath weaponsmiths. They're great. They have their origin in the bonus content that is coming up this Friday.
Yeah, coming out on Friday.
Yeah. They're great. I just wanted to bring up the fact that they were hilarious. Are all doors like that now? I believe lots of things. People say I shouldn't so much. It's just like an infinite string of like quotable shit from those Goliaths. It's just so much fun. Oh man, they're great.
Stop it. You're making me blush.
All right. I just wanted to kind of gush about the Goliaths for a second. Do we have any announcements we want to make before we move on into episode 6?
Where our social media is at Essential NPCs with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and fan mail at essentialnpcs.com. Go to essentialnpcs.com for more updates and subscribe. Yeah. Bonus content out on Friday.
Woohoo.
Keep an eye out.
Okay. All of you lovely listeners, go ahead and enjoy episode 6, Daeron Smiles. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well met. My name is Oberon Delgado, a Termish gladiator hailing from a remote desert village called Evershade. As quick with a sword as I am with my cutting wit, on a typical day you can expect to find me in one of two places: the local fighting pits or the library. When I was a young boy, a stroke of luck led me to discover a buried chest that had once belonged to a master bard called Hoban Baybasin. Amongst his belongings were an old cracked ocarina and a leather-bound journal. Within its pages, I found obscure glyphs and diagrams from which I began to decipher the mysteries of the arcane. Over a decade later, I'm still attempting to unlock all the secrets this journal has to offer. While I've only been on the road for a few years now, I've crossed the path of more than a few interesting traveling companions. As is the bardic way, I've taken to listening to their stories and occasionally even joining in on some of their adventures. The most recent of these companions came in the form of a mountain dwarf named Kreflin, whom I met in a tavern brawl a few months back. In his company, I've found myself swept up in a journey that makes the fighting pits seem dull in comparison. Until now, I've simply documented the stories of others, but something tells me I'll be chronicling my own tales for posterity soon enough.
I'm called Crethlin Partintil, an officer of the clan Thrain, barbarian and mountain dwarf of the highest caliber. I was a military lad before the first hairs grew on my chin, and I served for 200 years until they retired me and put me in the fucking Lawmakers Guild. I used to lead every clan migration between strongholds, scouting ahead, clearing the path, destroying threats, but once they retired me, I had to travel with the civilians. Well, I didn't have that for long. I left my clan 3 decades ago now and wouldn't return for all the gold in the caverns. I'm a traveller now. The laws of the Thrin are still close to my heart. For years my officer salary kept me afloat, but I've run flat broke now and have to work for my logger. Luckily, there's lots to be done with a maul and a hand axe. Oberon started following me around about 7 or 8 moons ago. The lad annoys the shite out of me, but he has his moments. Mostly he's there to tell my tale once I've finally been slain by some tough bastard. I suppose he's useful for something. If you want a glimpse into my travels, just take a look in my knapsack. I've got a centaur's tail cut with my own hands. I've got a beard comb made from the rib of a bear, the one whose skin I've got round my shoulders there. Just look at that face. I've got a bottle of wine from the finest elven pantry, and I've got plenty of room for more trophies of the like. Now go piss off before I make you eat your teeth.
I'm Benkard Brightwood, Paladin of the Cuthbertine Order. I was sent by my order to assist the Thieves Guild. For a bunch of brigands, they surprisingly do quite a bit of God's work. When I arrived, I met a group of fellow adventurers. We came across this funny little halfling by the name of Barley. Barley was rather annoying, but all in all, I could tell he was a good man. And when Barley was killed, just because he was annoying, I never felt so helpless in my life. Felt like I let down St. Cuthbert and the common man he's supposed to protect, that I was supposed to protect. That night I swore an oath to Barley, to everyone. If you're ever harmed by evil, I, Benkard Brightwood, Paladin of St. Cuthbert, shall use his blessings to make you whole again, and harness his wrath to cleave evil in two.
I'm Daeron Draug. They call me the Cleaner. Whenever there's a dirty job, I'm the guy the Thieves Guild calls to clean it up. I think fast, I talk fast, I act fast. I was born a wood elf, but I'd say I'm more of a city elf now. I don't see my family much anymore. At 351 years old, I'm just over the proverbial hill, and I've been doing what I'm doing for a long time. I bounced around Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep for a century or two, mostly cleaning, with a brief detour into doomed romance. I've never been much of a family man, especially since the job tends to get in the way. Occasionally, the differing nature of mortality between elves and humans gets in the way as well. But in recent years, I've been watching the next generation of Thieves Guild members grow up and come into their own, the latest of which is my dear young friend Bryn the Handsome, who called me in for a particularly dirty job. And unless my experience is wrong, with this job and these companions, it's gonna take a lot of cleaning.
So the last time we left our adventurers, they successfully retrieved a stone from the Temple of Lyra for their friend Bryn, who was subsequently attacked and nearly assassinated. The assassin was caught with a few broken legs involved and a few eaten pickles. Our adventurers were able to discern who she was with the help of Ruth Draug, who was Daeron's daughter, is Daeron's daughter. And
Praise St. Cuthbert, she still is.
For further investigation, they went to Bryn's living quarters and found that their task of finding Anna Ravenhelm and retrieving the stones may be a bit more complicated than they first thought. Subsequently, they booked passage on an airship to Waterdeep to search for Anna, and that is where we left them. It's morning.
I woke up early to put a candle in that toy balloon I bought and float it gently into Crethlin's bedroom where it will float just above his head.
Crethlin wakes up, opens his eyes, blinks a couple of, and then he bats it out of the air and goes back to sleep.
I mean, I obviously make breakfast again, but nothing. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. Just a nice little meal before everybody.
Okay. Leftovers?
Yeah.
From the Thrin meal yesterday?
Yeah, just...
Leftover cold.
Still a bowl.
It's better cold.
Still a bowl and a half of meat.
So today's the day we travel.
Yes.
Yeah. In that case, we want to get there a little early, so
Oh, definitely.
we don't want to miss this airship. So I'm just waiting for everyone to have all my stuff ready.
Yeah, I'm all packed up.
I grabbed quite a few books, but not too many. Enough to fit into a bag.
Okay.
Packed light. I think I also took that vial of serpent poison and I put it into the empty vial in one of my short swords. So it's now loaded up. One of them has midnight tears, and the other's just regular old snake poison.
Boring old.
Oh, I actually spent the morning beginning to write in my own journal, beginning to document our adventures, as I have come to realize that I'm officially part of an adventuring group, and this is really exciting for me.
Is this...
No, this is my own journal,
Okay.
not the journal I found as a child.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I had intended on buying I don't know if like a magical satchel or something, would that be possible? But like something specifically for our adventuring funds.
Sure.
Perhaps
Some kind of handy haversack?
So you go to a
Bag
traveling sundries
Sure.
place?
I'm looking for something extra dimensional.
something that is perhaps bigger on the inside.
We're all out of TARDISes. All right. So two things that may fit your needs.
All right.
One is called a handy haversack. The other is called a bag of holding.
Tell me what those do.
The bag of holding is it appears to be like a common cloth sack. It's about 2 feet by 2.5, 3 feet. And he explains to you that it opens into a non-dimensional space. It's exclusive for each bag. It doesn't share. And the inside is much larger than the outside dimensions. The market price for it is quite high.
Do you have to spend all the adventure funds to buy something to put them in?
And he says it's 1,500 gold pieces.
Good Lord.
What if we just had pockets sewn into his pants? That'd be a lot cheaper.
This handy haversack, it looks more like a backpack. It's leather rather than cloth, and it has brass buckles on it. It too opens into a expanded space. It isn't quite the same sort of non-dimensional. You have to think about what you're pulling out of it in order to pull it out. Bag. It's more just an expanded interior.
Right.
It can hold about 80 pounds or 8 cubic feet. It's 850 gold.
As far as personal pocket dimensions go, it's more in our price range, but do we want to drop all that on something to hold our now considerably smaller?
Have 800 gold.
It costs 800 gold, or it can hold 800 gold?
guys,
costs
guys.
Cost it. Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
On the bright side, if we buy this, we won't have to worry about how much it holds because we won't have anything.
What a deal.
Wow, nice. Well, I guess I'm just having to protect it on my own then. Well, it's good to know about those things, though.
Yeah. So one day when we have enough money,
When we have 1,500 gold, I'll be back and I'll come to the shop and I'm going to slap it down on the table and be like, what now? Give me that shit.
Now we can exchange this currency for goods, as seen in the economy.
Great. So I walk away having spent a good portion of my morning wasting my time.
All right. Let's hurry over to the airship tower.
Yeah.
So you reach the airship tower, and Anna is there with her clipboard and quill,
Anna,
checking people in. She gives you a sidelong okay glance as she's busy because people arrived before you did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's our boarding group?
There's 12 other people boarding.
We'll just get in line.
2 people appear behind you as well. And you walk up to Anna when it's your turn. Name, please.
Oberon Delgado.
Oh, right. I remember you.
I remember you as well.
Yeah.
Glad to be remembered.
We all remember each other, isn't that so?
No one remembers you, Crathlin.
Oh, is this the dwarf here?
Yeah. Dimensions seem okay.
Yes, he's fine. He's not so rotund.
Well, there's trouble with dwarven dimensions.
Well, no, mountain dwarves are
sturdy?
You're stockier.
Yeah.
Sturdier,
some
yeah.
Powerful?
dwarves are a bit large compared to the
So you're saying
regular
I'm
medium
large enough?
size of others. So, but you're fine.
But yeah, this is my
Look at
group.
that. You're fine. You're fine. That's that's better than okay.
It's a compliment.
Where are our quarters at?
Oh, the steward will show you.
Excellent.
So you just head up this tower, and when I forget who it is, he'll introduce himself. They're both very friendly.
Okay. I just have a quick question for you. This ledger with the passenger list on it, is it archived at a certain point once it is full up, or is it simply disposed of?
I hand it to the captain because the company that the person who owns the ships, they keep track to make sure that we're filled up to our quota before we fly.
Okay. But you
Is
think
there a reason for this curiosity?
No, I'm simply it's not of any concern. I'm just
You gonna
curious.
open an airship business, Oberon?
And
We aren't supportive of competition opening.
I have no intention to. I just was wondering if that ledger was going to be a part of history.
I guess it's
Excellent.
not really. It's not exactly historical. So
Oh, it will be.
That's a very nerve-wracking thing to say.
she examines the group and then like she gives a quick look at the paladin and is like, "All right, just head up the stairs. Your steward will show you where you're going."
I whisper to her, "Don't worry about him. Just excuse him. He's just excited to be flying for the first time."
Yeah, let the record show that Daeron is also excited to be flying for the first time.
I'm just so on our way up the stairs, I turn to Daeron and I'm like, "You see, all the great legends. There's sprinkles of them throughout history in certain documents. Their names written down. This is the beginning of my RR legend."
I'm like, normally I would make fun of you, but I am like smiling like the first time you've ever seen me do that. And I'm like, yeah, probably.
Well, aren't you just a couple of pansy wankers?
What?
Pansy wanker.
Yeah,
Oh, I can see you're not having a good time up this airship gangplank.
Still don't know what the fucking airship is.
So we get to the top of the stairs.
Just get on the boat-looking thing, and we'll show up at our destination soon. How's that?
So the tower is taller than pretty much every other building in Baldur's Gate. It's 5 stories up, and it's a spiral staircase. So there's nothing inside except for the spiral. When you get up to the top, it opens up. And there's a little circular waiting area with a literal gangplank between it and the anchored ship. There is a halfling in a very nice suit standing waiting for you.
Hello, Oberon Delgado, with his party, and I was wondering where our quarters are.
Yes, Mr. Delgado. I am Kate Osborne Merrick Milo Brushgather III, and I am your steward for this week. Or few days. I prefer week, but you know, people are all iffy about that kind of thing. So if you follow me, please. Oh, you have many tall people here. That is fine. I will change your room right now. And he like scratches something off and then this way. And he...
Thank you very much.
And he takes you down underneath the deck of the ship. The ship, it looks like a sailing ship that's been sort of retrofitted to have a balloon on top of it. And then you can hear the hum, a large hum from crystals on either side. And then there's one coming from the front as well that's like... you know, like a wah 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 sound. Like that. Like a didgeridoo, I guess.
Please don't stop until we get off the airship.
It's immersive.
So you're taken downstairs. He opens a door for you, and there's 2 bunks into the side of the room, and then there are also 2 strung hammocks on the other side of the room. There's everything is like nailed to the walls.
I don't miss much about home, but I sure do miss hammocks. I call the hammock.
I call the other hammock.
If you are needing anything from me, please do not hesitate. Again, my name is Kate Osborne Merrick Milo Brushgather III, and I am happy to serve you.
Oh, I would like to ask you something, actually. Who owns this airship?
The airship is owned by a few lords of Waterdeep of the Faceless Council.
Ooh.
Thank you very much.
Where's the bar?
There is no bar.
What?
But there is the kitchen. It is there are meals 3 times a day. We will have our first meal as dinner in a few hours just before sunset.
Thank you very much, sir.
If you would please stay away from the crystals and the helm, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you do need anything and I am not around, there is a small cabin boy. His name is Velby, and he will help you in any ways that he can.
Welby?
Yes, that is what I said, Velby.
Hey, Welby, I hear define.
I was just making sure.
Well, pay attention, Delgado.
Is there anything else I can help you with at this moment?
Not at the moment. Well, I don't know. Would you mind making a perception check for
I'm sorry, I do not understand what you are asking from me. I will ask around to see if I can find out what you are meaning and get back to you as soon as I can.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
flights.
Thank you very much.
Now, when he said small cabin boy, isn't he a small
Yeah.
cabin boy? What is he? Is there like a smaller cabin boy than him?
Apparently. I hop in my hammock.
I hop on the hammock above his. Are they like bunk hammocks?
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Airship.
Crethlin tosses a shit down. Is there a deck?
Well, there's the top deck.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I go up there.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually going to go with Crethlin. As soon as he starts talking, I'm like, yeah, let's tour the ship.
I set my stuff down and say a small prayer for a safe travel.
Okay.
Amen. Let's go explore the ship.
Haha. All right.
So as you explore the ship, if you've been on a sailing ship before, it's laid out basically the same way. The lower decks are filled with cargo. The middle deck is passenger cabins. And then the crew is aft underneath the captain's cabin.
Cool.
So, yeah. When does it take off? I mean, I'm running around.
Midday, right?
Midday, so
Yeah.
we arrived a little bit early.
So midday comes. They throw all the ropes off. Anna unties the ropes from the thing, and they get pulled up.
I'm standing at the edge
Yeah.
on the deck.
Yeah.
looking
I
like,
think we're on the top deck. Like, whoa.
You haven't seen the captain yet, but there are 9 crew because you saw the cook because you have to walk through the galley to get back up to the deck. You haven't seen the cabin boy or Cade since, but so you know there's a captain and then the 2, and they're helping out to weigh anchor, and you set off. It lurches a little bit as it goes. Before it gets started, the propeller starts going. The crystals sort of like, like go a little faster. And off you go.
What the fuck is happening?
we're flying!
jeez.
We're flying! That's what's happening!
No, get me off, toss me off the edge, I gotta get over.
Yeah. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Not with
You're gonna get air sick.
what the fuck is happening? It's another one.
Okay. Roll performance for me.
Yeah, 8.
Okay. You attempt to hide your air sickness from everyone. It doesn't work. The crew are now upset with you because they had to clean up your sick.
I'm apologizing profusely on his behalf.
I am smiling like more than I thought it was possible. Like I didn't know my mouth went this far.
As soon as they clean it up, I puke again in the exact same spot.
Okay.
It's amazing how you can do that.
At least have the courtesy to do it over the edge so we can watch it drop.
Onto this unsuspecting townspeople below.
Crethlin, would you be more comfortable like under deck?
No, I'm staying up here.
All right, great, because I want to stay up here, and I just enjoy the view as we ascend.
So the airship ascends right, so it's skimming the clouds. As the sun sets, a bell is rung and it's dinner time. Most of the people who have been walking around go down to dinner.
Yeah, definitely.
Go
Yeah.
eat some dinner,
We'll eat.
see how it is.
Oh, totally.
All right. The food is pretty good. Not the best food you've ever had.
It's not Oberon quality.
Depending on the day.
Depending on the day.
Yeah.
And Cade stands up at the end of the meal and says, and I would thank you all again for flying with us. I would like now to introduce to you our captain, Andri Tobel-Kobol, and a fierce-looking halfling woman steps out. She's got like a cutlass, and she looks like a pirate captain.
I'm so excited.
But
I appreciate.
She looks not fearsome, but fierce. Like she doesn't take
Guff.
yeah.
She looks
no
like a
one.
sharp lass.
Yeah.
That's one thing we can all agree on.
And thank you for flying with us. Please mind the safety announcements. We're trying to get to you as quickly as possible. Our safety rating has been very high, and so has our customer service.
Privateering, huh? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Please contact your steward if you need anything. Thank you.
How often does a ship like this crash?
He yells to everyone.
She
From
smiles.
the other end of the table.
She smiles. Very rarely. I've only been in 3 in my whole life.
Good God.
But look, she's alive.
It totally depends on the circumstances. If you'd like to hear more, please come and talk to me on the upper deck at your earliest convenience. I am on 3rd watch tonight. And she leaves.
I turned to a crew member and asked, when's third watch?
Now.
Hey, Oberon.
I get up and I run.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I follow him up there.
Yeah.
All right. Watches on airships are different. Okay. So you guys go up, all of you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going. I don't know. I'm not even waiting for anyone else.
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
excited to
No,
talk to them.
we're all going.
Okay. So she's pulling on some ropes to make them tighter up to the balloon as you come up.
I run up and I go, do you need a hand with anything?
Have you sailed before?
No, but I've read a lot about
No.
sailing. Okay. I'm Oberon Delgado. Basically, I'm oh no, what's the word I want? I'm documenting my friends and my journey, and I was just wondering if I could learn a little about you and add you to our tale, as it were. Jot down a bit of your history, perhaps.
All right. And she walks across and starts tightening another rope.
But
Great.
First, tell us about this fucking boat ship air thing.
Well, this is a Class 2 airship. It's got 3 magic crystals that keep us up in the air if the balloon ever fails us. You're the one who asked about the crashing.
Yes, me.
Right. Okay. Well, it's rare for an airship to crash.
But you've crashed 3 of them.
I haven't. I've been on 3 crashed ones. Let's be honest. So what we're talking about here is there's never been an airship since the successful launches of airships that, the testers didn't work out so well, but these have been flying for hundreds of years now.
They worked out all the kinks.
The only way to really bring down an airship is to blow it into, say, a mountain or something with gale force winds, or under a banditry attack. We've fought dragons a few times.
What?
But you basically have to take out all the crystals and then also the balloon as well.
And what's in the balloon?
Hot air?
Just heated air, that's it.
Yeah,
So
have
it
you
is
ever seen one
exactly
of
like
those?
a child's toy.
Yeah, exactly. That's how
Good
it works.
God. Ah.
Yeah, have you ever seen, one of those
if you
balloons?
look-
Yes, I've seen one of those.
If you look just above us is pretty much the fire that keeps it going. And if you look, there's basically a bonfire above you. that's producing a lot.
Are there
of flame.
people stoking it?
There is one guy sitting up there like sweating.
I'll leave them and go up to that guy.
Okay.
Stoking the fires there, lad.
Yeah, it's the best duty there is.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's great.
Crethan Partentelin.
Nice to meet you. Oh, right. Sorry.
I hate getting to your brain.
I'm
I understand.
Angus.
Angus,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. This may sound strange, but it would sure settle my mind if I helped you with this stoking.
Sure. Yeah. No. You know magic?
Do not.
I know of it.
I have heard that it is a thing that exists.
Right. Okay. Well, no, that's fine. Okay. I make sure it doesn't. It's a magic flame, but I make sure that's just like the starter flame. If you want to load some of the wood over there onto the fire, that's great. Not too many, or else we'll go too high, and then it'll deflate the balloon, and then I get in trouble. Yeah. Go. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
And so he strips down to his wife beater and starts doing that.
Hey, Oberon. Now, I've never really felt this urge because I've never been on a boat of any kind before, but do you want to spar on the deck of this airship?
Do I ever?
Well, I've been looking to practice with this quarterstaff I picked up.
Oh yeah, let me take a look at that. And I check it out. There's a symbol on it, right? You said there were symbols.
Yeah. The top is like a weird branchy thing.
A weird branchy thing. That's pretty cool.
I agree. Reminds me of home. In the good way, not the terrible.
The troubled childhood way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a little bit. I gleaned a little bit of that from our talks.
Yeah, I'm not much of a wood elf anymore.
Is the captain still nearby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrea, right? That was her name.
I thought it was
Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew. Captain Andrew.
Yeah.
Would it be terribly inconvenient if my friend and I were to spa here in the open area on the deck?
As long as you stay in the civilian area and there are no other civilians around, that's fine with me. Stay away from the edges. I really don't want to have to go after somebody who falls over again.
Have you gone after someone who's gone overboard?
Do you not understand common entirely?
We have 3 days, right? And you said you fought dragons. I need to talk to you more. But for now, yes. And I reach to where my rapier used to be, and it's actually slung into my belt is a wooden sword, and I pull it out.
Oh, wait, what? Where'd you get that?
I've actually had it since I was a child. My mother made it for me.
And you realize it doesn't stab as well as one made out of metal, right?
I recently have come along some spell work that will help me utilize this more effectively than cold steel.
Is that so? Well, I guess I appreciate not having to face down metal with the quarterstaff. So, yeah, have at you.
And I run up to make the first strike.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, all right. You two roll initiative.
Wait. Oh.
Oh, I guess I don't. I got a 9 for my initiative.
17.
So you're going to go first. So I start moving forward. But
Yeah, well, I'm going to go for the shins. Sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, no.
He's in the middle of talking about the wood sword, and he just smacks him with the staff.
So should I make an attack roll here?
Yeah. You guys will curate this yourselves because you're sparring.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not a light weapon, so
Right,
I
so
don't
you have
have
to
my
use your
regular
strength.
attack bonus. A 17 versus
Oh,
AC.
that'll hit.
Ooh. What's the die for a...
If you're using it two-handed, it's going to be a D8.
okay.
If you're using it one-handed.
And of course, I'm not trying to do any lethal
Right,
damage
right, we're
to
just-
you.
yeah.
I'm just trying to, sweep you. 3.
Okay. And then I will take it in the shin, but stay standing, and kind of hop to the side and brandish my blade, which will how does it look? This is the first time I'm casting Shillelagh with my bonus action.
Sure.
I brandish the sword at you. The wooden sword. It actually glows like a burgundy, kind of wispy color, and then I aim for your side.
I'm impressed.
And That's 15.
Just barely missed. I think you're just about to get me, and I block with the quarterstaff. I'm gonna push that, and I'm gonna try to bonk you on the head. Whoa, yeah, that's a 20.
Yep, that bonks me on the head.
I bonk you. I bonk you for another 3. Bonk.
Nice.
Good try.
And then I pull back, circle around, and I try to go for your leg with the shillelagh wooden sword. No, I critically fail. See, it's more like I just shouldn't be using these dice. And have betrayed me to no end.
All right. A wild swing.
Yeah. Open myself up.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to, push you in the chest, maybe to get some distance, so I have the range advantage here. Oh, my God. 22.
That is.
Another 3 on the D8.
Ow!
Donk.
I just want to get one good hit.
This is your chance. I may have overextended myself.
I'll take the quarterstaff with one hand and swing the sword to try and kind of clip you in the neck with it. 24.
There you go.
There we go.
In there.
And it does 12 damage.
All right. So you got into the quarterstaff and you stopped it right at my neck, and I'm like, ho!
I'm like, aha.
Well played.
Crethlin's got sight of this from wherever he is, and he goes, "Good shot, lad!"
Thanks, Crethlin.
I yield as I would be dead.
And I kind of shake the sword a little bit, and then the little burgundy sparkly glow kind of fades away, and then I shoot it back. I'm like, see, sometimes there are alternatives to cold steel.
That's a good trick. I like it.
And is Andrew?
Andrew, yeah.
Is Andrew still there?
She's still
Yeah,
there.
she's on watch, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Was she impressed? Did she like us?
She wasn't looking at you at all.
Yeah.
No!
Basically, I'm going to spend the rest of the evening asking her infinite questions about her journeys.
Okay.
Until she politely asks me to leave or goes to bed or whatever. But I'm just going to be jotting down so how many dragons have you fought? How many times have you gone overboard? Tell me about all 3 crashes.
We're making friends.
So she answers the first 2 questions that you ask politely, if a little brusquely. She is on watch. And then as the night goes on and you don't stop asking her questions, the more curt she gets, until finally she's like, you know what the term watch means, right?
Oh, I could help you watch.
No. It's late. The deck is really, not as safe at night. Is because the dark you might trip and fall, and I'd have to catch you.
Have you ever tripped and fall in the dark?
Tell me your story.
I recommend that you go below. The deck is closed now. It's after sunset.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure you're going to tell all the other people up here too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could tell them for you if you like.
That's okay. I'll.
Right. Chain of command. Got it.
Yeah.
And I go below deck.
Yeah. I'll go down as well. I'll go back to the hammock.
Yeah.
Crethlin's
Okay.
sticking by the fire.
All right.
Make sure this ship doesn't go down.
Good night, Crethlin.
Night.
Just so you know, the deck is closed.
Oh, good to know. Thanks, lad. Good thing I'm not on the deck.
Yeah, right.
All right. So you guys, do you do anything before you go to bed?
Nah.
No. Bedtime.
I'm just
just gonna-
laying in bed reading.
I'm just gonna
some-
trance out of my hammock, just like the good old days.
Once the captain's off of her shift, I apologize for Oberon and ask her if she'd like to have a drink.
Yeah, why not? I've got a few more things to check on, and then maybe in a little while you'll come meet me in my quarters.
Whoa!
Well done.
With shirt off, beads of sweat all over your body.
His beard flung over
just
his
like-
shoulder.
You like to get the drink?
Hey, no pun intended, but I ship it.
Oh man.
All right, well, let's pause there for a second. And Crethlin?
The DM and Krethlin have gone into a separate room.
To talk about secrets.
We're reporting live.
And then all of
You
a
have
sudden
to roll?
he's like,
Krethlin has to roll.
Krethlin comes out of the room to roll a die. He goes back in the room. The door is closed. Okay, they're coming back out.
Okay. So you have a good night of telling stories. And in the morning, you rejoin your friends for breakfast.
Yep.
Krethlin, were you stoking the flame all night?
Oh, aye. Yeah, the entire night. I certainly was. Had to make sure the ship doesn't go down.
Did it go down then, or?
Well, what are you standing on, lad?
Oh, we're still talking about the actual ship.
What were you talking about? Of course,
Nothing.
I was talking to the.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't come back to the old bunk last night.
Oh, right. Yeah, you noticed, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only transfer 4 hours, and then I wake up and I have to hang around and be alone in the room.
Do you watch us while we sleep?
I have really no other choice.
Good lord, I'm not sure I'm alright with that.
No wonder Krethlin slept somewhere else.
Well, maybe I'll close my eyes next time.
Is the captain at breakfast?
Yep.
I'm not gonna bother her.
So breakfast is similar fare to what you'd find on the ground, a little less flamboyant, no Thrin food.
It's good, but it's no Oberon.
I asked them if they would let me in the kitchen. They said no.
You'll have your own brunch restaurant.
Yeah, for some
sometime.
reason, things close as soon as you get close to them.
People do not like being around.
Well, I think they're just really busy.
yeah, that's it.
So they, as you eat breakfast, a very, very small halfling comes over. Says, "Hello, I'm looking for. You are a dwarf, yes? You are a dwarf, right?
I'm a what did you say?
A dwarf?
I'm a mountain dwarf, you wee laddie.
Oh.
You'll do well to remember that.
Oh, I am so sorry, sir. I did not know. Here is your shirt, and I sent it to you from.
Thank you.
Yes, you left it up in the nest.
Aye, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. Is there anything else I can do for you, Sir Mountain Dwarf?
I know that'll do well be. We'll chat later.
Oh, you know my name. I am so happy.
I assume you are the wee Kevin lad that.
I am. I have cleaned up your sick a few times.
Thank
somebody
you
had to
very
do it.
much, Welby. I give Welby a gold piece.
Oh damn it! I was gonna give Welby.
You can also give
I give him
Welby
a gold piece too.
Well, they gets 2 gold pieces.
Welby's having a great day.
You are so generous. Thank you
guys-
so much, Mr. Mountain Dwarf and Mr. Elfenman.
You're quite welcome, lad. And I give him a big old pat on the head.
They might give you gold pieces, but I have something much better to offer.
His eyes go wide in anticipation.
Platinum piece?
Welby, have you ever heard of St. Cuthbert?
Oh man.
No, sir, Mr. Human Man.
You can read, right?
I am okay at reading, yes.
Hey, I got these little books
These little
that
pamphlets.
are really cool to read. You should check it out.
Gives
and,
him like a Jack
I'll-
Chick tract.
Are there pictures? I like the picture books.
There's pictures, yeah.
Oh, I am so excited. Thank you so much, Mr. Human Shiny Man with the books.
Hey, I'm supposed to be the one with the
and
books.
remember, St. Cuthbert will help keep you safe.
That's actually true.
All right, don't turn the lad to your fucking cult too early now.
Thank you so much for all your generosities, Mr. Elfin Man and Mr. Mountain Dwarf and Mr. Shiny Man. Thank you so much.
Hey, and if you have any questions about that book, feel free to come talk to me, and I'll answer them for
Well,
you, okay?
if there are pictures, I will understand.
Okay.
Thank you, and he bows away.
Where'd you leave your shirt, Krethlin?
Up by the fire in the nest. Isn't that what the lad said?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sidelong glance at Krethlin.
It turns into a staring contest.
Who blinks first? My dice.
Roll a d20.
Oh, is this something we have to roll for? I figured this would be just an in, like.
It would go on forever.
Yeah, it really would. 19.
I blink first. I rolled a 3.
Crethlin laughs victoriously.
Damn.
Unless there's anything else you want to do, the day passes.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Well, we
good.
got there's not much else unless anything eventful happens. Just
we're-
hanging out.
we're good
Every
with
once in a while, doing like like standing on the deck and just looking out and being like, look at the clouds.
It really is a sea of clouds.
It's just like in the books.
I'm starting to get used to it,
Yeah, that humming is kind of calming, right? At night, they're like, wah, wah, wah.
It does kind of rock you to sleep, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hey, if you wanna turn in the hammock, I could swap with you tonight.
Oh, no, that's quite fine, lad. The floor has been treating me just fine.
Okay.
So lunch passes, dinner.
I go up and stoke the fire at some point a little bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, you guys all turn in.
This time I don't watch anybody sleep when my trance is in.
In the middle of the night, there is a large boom.
What?
Oh, sweet
shit.
Jesus.
Bankard, wake up!
And you can hear muted shouting above deck.
I grab my things and run
rush,
up.
Yeah, we rush there. I'm gonna grab my leather jacket, armor, and my weapon belt.
Okay.
I'm gonna start struggling to put my armor on very fast.
Oh, right. It's going to
Is this
take you
all-
a full 2 minutes to put that on.
Yeah.
So you guys head up, and there are 3 griffins being ridden by 3 people who seem to be attacking the rear crystal. The helmsman is down at the helm, and everybody roll initiative.
He's not.
He's not steering. And everyone roll initiative.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is terrible, but it's awesome.
Ah, fuck. 5 for Bankard.
27.
7 for Crethlin. He's not quite on the deck yet.
I'm still pulling up my pants as I'm coming up.
27.
For Oberon?
Yeah.
21.
So Bankard's below me, right?
Yes.
So he sees me burst into the room with no shirt on, desperately looking for my weapons before I go to the deck.
Yes.
Oh, Crethlin, I'm sure you're up to something. Crethlin, zip me up.
Oh, I didn't have time for this. What is this, a class? How do I work this?
You zip me up first.
Okay. Go ahead, Daeron. There's 3 griffins with 3 riders. And
Are they all around the gem, attacking it?
yeah, the rear right gem.
Okay, can I see what they're wielding?
It looks to be longbows.
Okay. If I go to the side of the ship, do I have a clear shot at them with a longbow of my own?
Yes.
Okay, then I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to aim at one of the riders.
Okay.
Critical hit.
Nice.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's double all dice, right?
Yeah.
Christ almighty.
Yes.
So I get sneak attack on this. That would be 2d8s and 66.
Oh, God.
7 from the d8s, and I'll do
Christ.
32 damage.
Christ almighty.
That's a pretty good shot.
Assassins be assassinating.
So you go and lean over the side of the ship. You pull up your bow to your
Ear. I
ear
guess.
and just let it fly, and it flies directly through his neck.
Oh.
That'll kill you.
And he falls off of his griffin with just a gurgle as he falls.
And then I'm going to duck down and take cover.
Are you attempting to hide, or are you just...
Yeah, I will bonus action to hide. I'll use my cunning action.
Okay, roll stealth, please.
27 is the stealth check there.
Okay, you succeed in hiding. Oberon, you are next.
Okay, quick scan of the situation. One guy's down, 2 more people riding griffins.
Yeah, the griffin is still there too.
Right.
Is the griffin attacking the... Oh, I'm hidden. I can't see.
But yeah, does the griffin fly off when the dude falls off of it, or?
He follows the guy down.
Okay.
Well, he will. It's not his turn yet.
Well, right, but
Right now, he's just like, "Ee!"
Helmsman is down. Do I see like any obstructions that the ship could be flying into without a helmsman? Is there another ship? Is there a mountain anywhere?
Perception, please.
Okay. That's a 24.
Okay. You are high enough that the nearest mountain at this point isn't a threat.
Okay. And with my melee weapons, I really couldn't do much for the griffins, right? Because they're attacking the gem down low. God, what do I do? I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. Use up a little bit of my movement to not just be standing out in the open, but
Okay. So you'll hide next to,
I'm not like
go next to Daeron.
Yeah, ish. I mean, I don't want to go right next to him because he just shot somebody, right? So
Right.
I'm staying far back enough so I can run up if needed. But at the moment, I'm just waiting.
Sure. All right. As you pull over to the side, Captain Andre bursts out of the her captain quarters deck area, and she's more than half dressed, but less than fully in her kit, and she takes out a javelin, runs right up above the where the crystal is, and throws it directly into one of the griffins. Oof. It hits hard, and it falls a few feet, trying to regain its composure.
Daeron whispers, "She's so cool."
And I shout out to her, Captain, the helmsman is down.
I can see that!
Just making sure.
Okay.
He's so helpful.
Okay, it is one of the bandits' turn. So he, seeing the attack and the closest attacker who just hit his griffin, he pulls up his crossbow and shoots it at Captain Andre. Misses. It goes like right past her ear, little nick of blood, and but she doesn't even notice.
So that guy, he kind of raised up and shot an arrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Hold Person on him.
Okay.
Because I can't do it on the griffin. Because it has to be a humanoid.
Boo.
So
Old Griffin.
15 is the DC, and it's a Wisdom saving throw.
And he makes it.
You know what? Maybe one of these days I'm just gonna like get rid of that spell forever.
Never worked.
Is there any other crew members up there fighting, or?
There are 2 other crew members. There's Captain Andre and then 2 of the crew. Actually, you look up and you see that Angus also has a heavy crossbow up there.
Yeah, Angus.
Cool. Do we know the name of this ship?
It's called the Valiant.
One of the crew members who's running to fight. I'm gonna shout at him. Defend your ship! The Valiant shall not crash today! And toss him an inspiration die.
Okay, and then the bandits are gonna go. Oh, he's dead.
Whoops.
So his griffin actually catches his body, realizes that he's dead, and drops him.
Fuck this guy.
True loyalty.
And flies away.
Aw.
The other bandit is going to also shoot at Captain Andre. Hits. Right in her shoulder.
Ooh.
Krethlin, it's your turn.
Oh my god, look at me. In one hand I have a javelin, and the other one I have a hand axe.
Right.
I chuck my javelin at the one furthest aft.
Roll your attack.
So 17.
That hits.
Awesome.
Go ahead, roll damage.
6.
Okay, great.
And then, is there a loose rope anywhere?
There are like the gangway ropes that they like pulled in and then looped around those little figure 8 thingies.
Okay. I grab one of those and swing off the back end of the boat towards one of the nearest griffin.
Okay.
And I want to hit it with my hand axe.
The griffin?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Roll a strength check, please.
Okay. That is a 25.
Okay. You have no problem when the whipping from the rope catches you and you start swinging up. And roll your attack roll.
That one is also 25.
Okay, that hits.
Hot damn.
5?
Okay. You've
As I'm
expended most of your movement.
Right. Just as I reach the end of my rope trajectory, I want to try and aim back for the same griffin or the other griffin if it's easier. So
Okay.
as I go, whack, and then I hit the apex of it, I want to be in a position that's easy to swing back.
Sure. Okay. It is Bankhart's turn.
So do I see one of the griffin riders that aren't currently being engaged?
They're all
guess the-
engaged. There's only 2, and there's 7 guys fighting them. So.
Well, I'll go for whoever's closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to swear an oath of enmity against it.
Okay.
You filth! You will not harm these innocent people. And then I'm going to throw javelins, javeli at them.
Okay. Roll your attack. Is this against the griffin or the rider?
The rider.
Okay.
The griffin's just an animal.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. Okay. 14.
Hits.
9.
Okay. So as you throw your javelin, it hits him squarely in the center of the chest. And also falls off. His foot is caught in the stirrup, so he's just hanging upside down, and the griffin is struggling to compensate for the uneven weight now.
Is that the guy that I hit with the javelin or the other guy?
That is the guy that you hit with the javelin.
He's got 2 javelins sticking out.
Yeah. Anything else?
Is there the other guy I can see?
Yes.
Well, I got 2 attacks. 10.
That misses.
And that javelin goes to hit some poor farmer in the countryside.
Okay. Then it's the crew's turn. They're going to attack the remaining rider. One takes a shot with his crossbow, and it sinks into the bandit's arm. And then the second one takes a shot and misses. Even though he was bolstered by your inspiration, it just wasn't quite inspiring enough.
Aww.
And Daeron, it's your turn.
I'm going to pop up, take aim, and I'm going to fire. Let's go for the throat, because that seemed to work pretty well last time. One shot, 1 kill. 20 versus AC.
That hits.
Fat stack of dice, 19 damage.
Okay.
I think I'll move closer to where they are
Okay.
and maybe do a diving roll, use my cunning action to try and hide again.
Okay.
It's a 14.
Okay. Oberon, it's your turn.
Woohoo! Okay, so one guy with an arrow sticking in him on a griffin, another griffin gone. I'm going to pull up my ocarina and I'm going to play a song of sleep.
Oh, poor guy.
So this is on the.
It's actually I basically roll a certain amount of hit points and I can affect as many creatures as have that many hit points left.
Cool.
So if I roll high enough, I could affect all of the enemies.
Right.
Well, I want to tame those griffins, not put them to sleep.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Here you go. 25, 26, 27 hit points worth. I want to go in order from starting with the griffin that is that has a conscious rider on its back.
Sure.
And if I have any hit points left over, I want to I'll transfer it from that griffin to the rider.
Sure.
And then any left over to the griffin that's been unharmed.
So how do you cast?
I pull up my ocarina. I see this all going down, and I grab my ocarina and I just kind of play the little song of sleep.
A little lullaby.
A little lullaby.
Oh, wow.
and
Little sparkles on the like wind, sort of like in the air, waft towards the from your ocarina to the griffin. It looks. It stops flapping for a moment as it dozes, and then wakes back up as it falls just below the ship.
it had enough hit points left to avoid that.
Yeah.
Curses.
I only hit it once.
And it's Captain Andrew's turn, and she fails her attacks. Her crossbow jams as she tries to reload it, and so she has to spend an action, her extra attack, fixing it. And then it is the bandit's turn. He takes his one javelin and throws it at the crystal. And it's the same sound that woke you guys up. And the whole you get your danger sense.
Yay!
The whole ship shifts down. Roll dex, please.
17 for Cretham.
Okay.
15 from Daeron.
Okay.
20 for Oberon.
Okay.
Nat 20 for Bankard.
Great. So you guys are all fine. Crethlin, you barely notice. Like you saw it coming, you were like, ooh, better brace. And surprisingly, Captain Andrew, in attempt to fix her crossbow, actually begins to, she falls over the edge.
Oh, shit.
Do you want to spend your reaction to try and catch her?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so roll strength check.
Yeah. 14? No, I'm sorry, 11.
Okay, you reach out and you catch her, but her bracer slips, and you're left holding on to it as she slips out of it. But she manages to reach up with her other arm and grab yours.
Amazing.
Sweet Jesus.
Okay. The guy moves his griffin to the other crystal in the rear, and the other griffin is able to shake off the body of its dead rider. It falls, and it starts flying away as well.
In my direction?
No, away from the ship. So then it's Crethlin's turn.
Oh! Alright, so I got a chick hanging off my arm, right?
Yep.
I guess I yank her up into a more comfortable position. Am I still swinging?
Yeah, you're still hanging on the rope. You've got the rope in one hand, and then you've got her basically in the other, like on the other arm.
Right. So I pull her up, and then I guess I start climbing the rope.
Sure, she like holds on to you as you start climbing. Sure.
My hero.
That'll take your action and your movement to get back up.
That's great.
Okay. Bank card.
You know that last guy?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that guy. I'm going to cast Divine Favor and then say a small prayer to smite evil, and then I'm going to throw a javelin at that guy.
Okay, sure.
12.
That misses.
Well, I got another attack. There we go.
Hey.
20.
Yeah, that hits. Go for it.
Hey.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, 15.
What, you threw a javelin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 6 on the D6 and then a 4 on the D4.
Right.
Breaking damage. So as it flies through the air, it's like a streak of white light. going towards.
that embeds directly in the side of this bandit and pops out the other side. It's like illuminated with the divine light as it falls. Well, it's already dead, so I guess to its grave.
You can see like its skeleton like buzzing inside.
A little bit, just the spine and like rib area. So then the crew go, and the one runs over to the helm and tries to right it, and the other takes a running wild leap and tries to land on the griffin.
Whoa.
He does.
Okay.
Amazing.
I gotta find out that guy's name.
And,
write a story about him.
And he sort of pulls it away from the ship, and he like whispers to it and it settles down underneath him, and he lands it on the deck.
Yeah, the ship's Griffin Wrangler. Everybody's got to have one.
Yeah, Ship Griffin.
Yeah, you can't fly without one.
Can't leave one without him.
The other crew, we now fall out of initiative. Just as you reach the top of the thing, you pull off. The Captain Andrew's like, "Thanks a bunch."
No problem.
I tend to the wounded.
Okay.
Yeah, check out the helmsman. See if he's like alive or just like bleeding or.
So he's dead.
Oh, that's rough.
He does have
Yeah.
2 long scratches across his like torso and throat.
Ooh.
Killed by a griffin.
Ouch.
I'm gonna like admire the griffin landed on the deck, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna like not approach too close, but I'm gonna admire that griffin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask the guy on the griffin, "Hey, what's your name?"
My name is Bivash Grevdell.
That's Bevash.
Bivash Grevdell.
All right.
I've been doing this for a while, and after a while, you learn, that you gotta get used to the animals. You gotta learn to communicate with them.
I'm very impressed, Bevash.
Thank you.
Yes, that was an impressive display.
I do try. Mostly it's so they don't kill us.
That's a good reason.
Yeah.
If you'd excuse me, I'm gonna take him down below so he doesn't hurt anybody once the spell wears off.
All right.
He like opens up the like grated hatch thing in the middle of the deck and hops on and caca down into the like cargo area.
Is there even with one crystal damaged? Was it broken by that attack or just damaged enough to rear the ship?
Roll Arcana.
That is a 13.
It looks like it's been damaged, but as soon as the fighting was over, one of the other crew member ran down below and brought up 3 other crew who have now started, who have climbed over the edge of the ship with like ropes and stuff and have started casting on it. And you watch for a while, and slowly it looks like the magic has been like restarted, like re-imbued into the stone. And slowly, after a couple hours, the ship rights itself.
Okay.
Is Andrea on the deck still?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, so I'm gonna approach her and, Andrea, I hope you're all right, but I need to ask you: did you happen to recognize those bandits? Are they organized? Will they attack again?
It's not often we're attacked, and usually it's a larger raiding party, usually with another ship. It's griffins aren't exactly the easiest of mounts, so this was quite rare. I would have liked to have captured one of them if I could. The griffin will have to do will be. I'm going to take a look at his saddle and other things that he has on, and hopefully we can.
That was awfully ambitious, and they seem more interested in taking the ship down than, I don't know, pirating or anything.
Yes, I agree, very much so.
What's on the ship?
Nothing of note, as far as I know.
Even people?
Well, there's us.
Oh shit.
Is there something I should know about you, Krethlin?
Oh, a first name basis you guys are on. That's interesting.
We're also on a first name basis, if you remember Mr. Oberon Delgado.
I don't believe there is anything special other than Oberon here has clearly made plenty of enemies that...
I have been on many journeys. You may have heard of me.
Roll deception, please, guys.
I'd want to kill him, you know?
Wait, even me?
Oh, fuck me!
No, you didn't say anything.
Why do I keep using that thing? It's to 1. It's a failure.
I rolled 17.
She eyes Krethlin with a note of disbelief, but you seem genuine enough that she takes you for your word at the moment. All right, well, I've got quite a bit to do. I'm down a helmsman, so I shall be...
Did you need a hand with that?
No.
I've read a lot about flying airships.
Yeah, I know. So I've got... I'm down a crew member. We will... Hopefully this hasn't put us too off track, and we'll be able to land tomorrow afternoon.
Captain, do you have any other wounded that need attended to?
No. I'm fine. Thank you, though, Paladin. And then she goes to check her maps against the stars.
She does captain-y things.
Captain-y things. There's
She
like
does
a
captain
compass
shit.
involved.
Just captain shit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you said in the morning we were going to land?
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. In the time between now and us landing, I'm going to go back to our quarters and study that map that we got from Bryn's apartment. Just see if I can make any sense, like correlate anything, see if I know anything about the locations that have been circled, the locations that have been X'd off, just anything I can try and glean from what he was trying to keep track of.
Sure.
I'm going to go into the... I'm going to find Bevash and ask him to take me to the hold where that griffin is.
Okay. You look around and find Bevash in the hold with the griffin.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, Bevash, do you think it's okay if I check this griffin's... Does it have saddlebags?
I took off all the stuff. It's over there.
Do you mind if I look through it? I won't take anything. I'm just interested from a purely curious standpoint.
I mean, the captain's gone through it, but you're welcome to.
All right, so I'm going to rummage through those saddlebags and see if I can find anything of note.
Okay. You see, it's, weapons, a little bit of dried meat, some hardtack, what you know to be called lambus.
Put that in the pocket.
And there's also a scroll with a seal attached to it.
I'm going to take a look at that.
Sure. The seal is one that you've definitely seen before.
And yet another secret note is passed to Daeron by the DM. Everyone gets all these secret conversations.
So that's pretty much all that results from the search of the saddlebags. You, Oberon, look at the map. You notice that many of these places that are circled are not. It seems to be like anywhere of note, like in the middle of a forest, on the top of a mountain. No place that seems like it would really have any necessary value to it. But then a few of them are very specifically drawn in very densely populated areas. You also notice one differently colored circle, basically to the south and east of Baldur's Gate in the Kondath Forest, and also in the high forest east of Neverwinter.
Okay.
But
no real meaning is gleaned from it, just more detail as you examine it.
I'm gonna take this note and I'm gonna head back to our quarters.
Okay.
Not before throwing that that dried meat to the griffin on my way out.
Caca.
Oh, he's so cute. I quickly become stoic again.
I don't know. I guess Crethlin gathers up his weapons and deposits them back into his place, and then goes in search of some alcohol.
Right. There's some cooking brandy in the kitchen. There's also a few small barrels of ale. It's like a light ale, not too high in alcohol content.
Or calories.
Is there like a cook around or something? Anybody? Is this in the kitchen, I'm assuming?
Welby is sitting like in the corner of the kitchen, sort of like braced, like he's been told.
God, halfway to the best.
Oh, there will be. How are you? Survived the attack, did you?
Yes, it is very, very scary, but I am okay now. How are you, Sir Mountain Dwarf? Is there anything I can get for you?
Tell me, Welby, is there any alcohol around these parts? I see there's a barrel over there. I see some cooking brandy. Is there anything else?
Oh, well, we are not allowed to have that. I mean, I am not allowed to have that at all.
Well.
But I know that the captain has many vines and ales up in her private quarters.
Oh, well, thank you for that information. I'm just going to take a nip of this real quick, and he, chugs down 2 giant gulps of cooking brandy.
Glug.
Okay. That does not look like it tastes good. The cook never uses it because he says it is such shit.
I'd agree with your cook there, but if he thinks it's shit, I might as well, tucks it away into his little patch.
Take it off his hand.
It is our little secret.
I like you, Welby. You're adorable. Well, stick around me, lad. You'll learn a few things.
Oh no.
Thank you. I will try, Mr. Sir Mountain Dwarf.
Call me Crethlin, Welby.
Crethlin.
Nah, that's close enough.
Things that went horribly wrong this episode. Crethlin became a role model.
And he pats the little dude on the head and wanders off in a general direction of...
Welby follows you because you told him to stay close.
Where are you going, Welby?
Sir, you told me to stay close to you. I will learn things.
Maybe perhaps a little bit later you could learn some things from me. I won't be the best teacher coming up here soon, I suppose.
Oh, I am sorry that I have failed you.
Oh, good God, Welby. Come with me, let's go stoke some fire into the thingamajig.
Oh, I have never been allowed up there. This sounds so exciting.
Come along, you'll be with me, you'll be allowed.
Can we hold hands?
I offer out a pinky.
He takes it.
I'm just imagining Welby up stoking the fire. He takes off his shirt and he's also got a wife beater. Like a tiny little wife beater.
I guess I take Welby up there with me.
Oh, hello, Angus. I am very excited to be up here with you. And Mr. Mountain Dwarf Crethlin. He is so nice to me. He is letting me come with him. Is this not very exciting? And
What's Angus do?
Angus is like,
oh, come on, give the lad a chance, Angus.
and then he just for the rest of the time, he's just frassing. He's not complaining, but you get the distinct impression that he likes being up in the nest specifically so he's not around.
I can relate to that.
He copies you for a full 45 minutes, and then he starts playing with his shoes and just
fucking around.
Playing with little sticks that he finds and stuff, and then he falls asleep.
Oh, poor little lad! I wore him out. Do you know where his quarters are?
No.
Well, I'll just deposit him off somewhere then down below. I'm sure somebody will find him and put him in the right spot.
So you take him downstairs, and you meet Cade as you're carrying him down, and Cade offers to take him and put some
Thank you, lad.
He gives you a curt little bow and takes Welby off to his room.
Cool. Creflin goes to find a place to spend the night.
He does.
Captain's quarters.
Meanwhile, Daeron is like in our room and like nobody's there. It's just like
I'm there.
oh, you're there.
Just sitting there all by yourself.
I guess I just didn't notice you. Whoops.
I've just been sitting over here quietly for the past 3 hours looking over this map.
That is weird.
Huh.
You're sitting quietly.
Oberon, I didn't see you there. Hey, I found something that may very well be of interest in that Griffin saddlebag.
Oh.
It looks like we may have been the intended targets of that attack. I received what I can only describe as a hit list here, which lists off. Would you mind?
Two humans, one mountain dwarf, bear cloak, one elf.
I'll be damned if that doesn't describe our exact adventuring party.
What's BTH?
My guess is Bryn the Handsome.
Oh, yeah. Human BTH, Bryn the Handsome, and it's crossed
off, and that worries me. I don't know if they've sent out
well, he was in the Temple of Cuthbert. I mean, that would be like a full-fledged attack.
I would be very impressed. It's possible that they just think he's dead, in which case that's great news.
Yeah. And then one half-elf between NW and WD, so Neverwinter
and Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Which means, if their information is correct, that Enna is still alive.
Yeah, between Neverwinter and Waterdeep. Not between one or the other, which is about as much information as we have. So it's a race to figure out what happened to Enna, I suppose. We're going to have to watch our backs.
Good thing we've thwarted at least this attempt. And, well, there's no one to go back and make any reports about this.
Right.
Good. Maybe they'll send more next time.
Oh, Bankard. Didn't notice
you're
you
in here too. Oh.
Everybody's so quiet.
I was just reading some text.
You have an extra one of those books around, right?
But without looking up, Bankard reaches into his bag and hands it to you.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. I'll give this a couple hundred read-throughs in my 4 hours that I'm out of trance and you guys are still asleep.
Yeah, so you guys spend the evening. The rest of it's uneventful. You get the feeling that Cade has given a lot of attention to the other guests. You land at the Waterdeep Spire without any further incident. You disembark early afternoon, and you...
Not before a friendly handshake with Andrie.
Indeed.
Thanks for the safe flight, Captain.
And thank you for your help. It was invaluable. Oberon?
Do you have that many adventurers help you, or do you run into a lot of adventurers?
Not so many. It's such a travesty not to run into more people like you.
That's so great to hear. And I shake her hand.
Yes, he's a great man.
Don't forget the name, Oberon Delgado.
Cade is waiting for you at the top of the spire, hands you back 30 gold. Is thanks. You get a discount for your help.
You want to just add that to our adventuring fund?
Yeah, put it in the fund.
And that is, as you disembark, that is where we will stop for today.
Woohoo!
Great session.
You've landed in Waterdeep. And now the adventure begins.
Bum, bum, bum.
This podcast has been brought to you by ENPC Productions. All rights reserved. The Essential NPCs podcast is not affiliated with, endorsed, sponsored, or specifically approved by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons are trademarks of Wizards of the Coast, LLC, a subsidiary of Hasbro. Go to dnd.wizards.com to find out more.